Did you know that many of the jobs that will exist in the next 10 years have not even been created yet? Well, these are not my words. These are according to experts. And one of the things that also we're asking is, are young people ready for the future? And these are the things we're going to be talking about on the program today. Here are some important tech updates you should know. Nigeria's telecom sector contributed over 10% of GDP in 2025, showing that technology is driving the economy. Mobile internet, broadband, and digital services are creating jobs and opportunities every single day. Google now allows users in Nigeria to create images using AI directly from search and lens. Even better, they added Hausa and Yoruba language support, making tech more accessible to millions of Nigerians. Instagram will now notify parents if teens search for content about suicide or self-harm, and this is part of global effort to protect young people online. Microsoft has now developed a new way to store digital data on glass for up to 10,000 years, and this could change the way we preserve important information for generations. These stories show just how fast technology is growing and how it is shaping the world that we live in. And this is what we have for you today on Tech News Update. Welcome back. You're still watching Tech Up right here on Rapid Television. Now, we know that technology is changing everything. How we work, how we communicate, and how businesses operate. And today, companies are no longer looking for just certificates. They are looking for skills, especially digital and tech skills. From artificial intelligence to cybersecurity, from data analysis to digital marketing, the opportunities in tech are growing every single day. But the big question is, are young people learning the right skills to succeed in tomorrow's workforce? Well, to help us understand this better, we are joined by Ibrahim Oladosu, the CEO of Codesphere Hub, an organization focused on building tech talent. Hi, Ibrahim. Thank you for joining us on the conversation today.
Yeah, good afternoon. It's nice joining you as well, Mr. Victor.
Good to have you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Let's begin easy. When we talk about tomorrow's workforce, now as a tech person, what does that really mean?
Yeah, so when we talk about tech skills for tomorrow's workforce, so we're actually referring to those digital skills, those digital ability people need to work and succeed in the future. So today, almost every industry is becoming technology driven. Almost every industry. In banking, in healthcare, in education, in agriculture, in government services. So technology is not part of how they have been doing their services. Technology is part of how work are actually being get done in all these industries. So in the past, we look at people working in IT. There are those that we actually have the mindset that people actually working in IT are those people that only need technological knowledge,
right?
But that has really changed actually. That has really changed a lot. So today, everyone needs tech skills. Every field actually needs tech skills. Even though a marketer needs to understand how digital skills and how digital tools can help grow his business. So a marketer actually needs digital skills to grow their business, to analyze customer behavior, to track patterns in how they interact with their products and services. So a marketer also needs digital skills to know what are the right products they need to market out and produce for their consumers. Likewise, a banker as well. So a banker, today a bank and bankers cannot rely only on traditional banking knowledge anymore. They need to understand data system. They need to understand data system to analyze transaction. They need to understand data system to monitor their risk, to detect fraud, and also to know how they can improve customer experience. So honestly, how I will say tech skills is actually happening so quickly that anyone not keeping up with technological risk can be left behind. So when we say tech skills for tomorrow workforce, we are really mean is what we meant about is preparing people today for jobs that will exist in the future.
Oh, very true.
So it's not about helping young people and professionals become comfortable, but how they can solve problems and how they can create opportunities
in the future. And that is to say, if you look at it as well, almost every sector, if not every sector right now, depends on technology one way or the other, so they can thrive in their businesses, right? And of course, if you also look at that, establishing that very fact, and some of the questions that comes to mind is how technology is changing the kinds of jobs and skills companies are looking at for today. You know, could you explain some of those things that technology, is helping jobs, change, what companies are looking out for basically right now when it comes to the line of technology?
Yeah. So thank you, Mr. Victor. Pertaining to that, actually, technology is transforming the way companies hire and the skills they expect from employers. Yes. So from employees, sorry. So today, organizations are not looking for people with degrees, with your certificate or your traditional qualification. They want professionals who can use technology effectively. They want professionals who can solve problems with their skills, who can improve processes, who can create value. So example is we have automation generally now. So because many routine tasks that used to take hours over past years are now being handled by software, are now being handled by AI. So companies are looking for them. Companies are looking for people who understand this system.
Right.
So another also that are also high in demand is cloud computing, because most of organizations are migrating their operation to the cloud. So they need cloud engineering. So they need cloud engineering to manage and maintain their digital system. Likewise, we also have DevOps engineering, because DevOps engineering, all these applications that we are seeing, they are it is the DevOps engineering that ensures the application runs smoothly, they update and deploy effectively. So the most important thing is that what employees are looking for, people who can combine technical skills with practical problem. And then generally now, knowing theory alone is not enough. Your theory is not enough. So company wants employees who can apply technological to make smarter, effective decisions to improve performance. So for this, technology is changing the workforce for companies. So the people who will thrive in this workforce are those who are comfortable using digital skills.
Right.
Are those who are comfortable using digital tools, learning new systems quickly, because AI is changing everything now. So, and likewise, those who will be comfortable are those who will be applying technologies in ways that will help business stay competitive.
Very true.
Yes.
Now, but talking about application of technology right now, you've established some of the skills that are necessary. I hear you mention cloud computing, but again, just for more context and to see how you can expatiate on that, what are some of the skills right now, from your experience as well, that people need to learn to position themselves for the future?
Yes. So we have a lot of skills actually.
Okay.
So there are a lot of skills from my experience. There are a lot of skills people need to learn. So one of the most important things today is actually artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is actually needed in all fields, as I've said earlier. And then honestly, AI cannot longer be ignored. AI is actually in the world now. AI is actually in the economy. Sure. So it is becoming part of every tech field. So whether you are in data, cloud computing, cybersecurity, or even software development itself, yes, understanding AI is now essential. Companies actually expect every professionals to know how to integrate AI into their processes, into their jobs, to be able to solve problems and even create smarter solutions. So there are a lot of tech skills people need to learn today. Likewise, we have data analysis, because data is one of the most valuable assets for organization. Data is one of the most valuable assets. So, and then also business depend on data, because they need to understand the market.
Okay.
They need to track performance. They need to make decisions that are actually good. So data is actually one of it. Likewise, we also have cloud computing. As I've said earlier, companies are diverting some of their services into the cloud so that it can scale up their business. So we have a lot of them. So And likewise, we also have machine learning, which is actually a natural nested after data and AI. Because machine learning allows systems to learn from data. Companies can actually make predictions. They can predict what is likely to happen to them in the future.
Okay.
They can predict their going concern of the business. So if you want to prepare, so if anyone wants to prepare for the workforce of tomorrow, focusing on all these tech skills is actually very, very important, and lots more. We have cybersecurity, we have product development.
Okay, and of course, some persons might be looking at the easy way to get into technology. And so, for someone with no tech background at all, what is the easiest tech skill to start with? Because I know you've mentioned cloud computing, and quite a number of the skills that you mentioned. But which of these could be the easiest to start with for someone without any tech background at all?
Yes. So to that, one thing I actually like to tell people, for those that want to start learning and those with no background, is they don't need to start. You don't need to start your career in technology to succeed, actually. Okay. And then I'll say my background was originally in accounting. I'm a chartered accountant. At the beginning, technology was not really my focus. But I started working and observing how an organization make decisions. I noticed that data is the world. After oil, data is the world. Data is needed in all our fields. Even though developed countries, they make use of data to develop their country, to make their countries even more better. So I realized that data was becoming very important. That curiosity actually led me into data analysis. And then I'll say, the field of data analysis is one of the easiest entry points into the technology now, because it connects so well with many existing professionals. We have a lot of fields that data can connect you to, like the finance, the business, the marketing, the operations. So those tools in data analysis are very easy to learn, like the Excel, Power BI, SQL. They allow people to analyze data. So likewise, for myself, from there I gradually expanded, and then I look into other areas like cloud computing. Right. So the interesting thing is that many professionals today can actually transition into technology from different backgrounds, irrespective of any of the background, from accounting, engineering, economies, or anything. So for someone with no background, starting with data analysis or artificial intelligence or digital tools is often a very good step for them to take.
All right. Look at the timeline as well. Someone who wants to learn these skills, what do you think is the timeline that is needed for a person to learn a skill? Is it 6 months? Is it 1 year? How long do you think is going to take a person without a single background as well, to learn these skills and, of course, get himself or herself prepared for the future?
Yeah, so for someone that wants to transition, the timeline actually is very essential, because for me, one of the most important things one needs to look into consideration for the timeline is mentoring. Do you have an effective mentorship? Do you have an effective mentor? Or do you have anyone that is ready to mentor you into your chosen field? Then when I started and when I transitioned, I did not have any mentor, and it was very hard for me to transition and even learn all these fields. So part of important things is also look at the rightful skills. Now, so since we have different tech skills like the software development, AI, machine learning, now to learn it actually differs.
Okay.
We have one that we have data analysis someone can actually learn it within 4 months with the right community or the right academy or the right tools actually available. Or we have software development, the artificial intelligence, and lots more. And when it comes into coding, so like software development, which actually require CSS, JavaScript, it can actually take more longer than expected. So looking at some tech skills, so I will always advise people with no background to always look at some tech skills that does not require coding, because coding have actually scared a lot of people out of tech.
Right.
Away.
Okay, well, it didn't give us much of the timeline as well, but I think I heard him mention some test skills can take you 4 months, but depends on the exact skill that you're learning. That also depends on the quality of time that you're going to be spending, in learning that skill. I believe that's what you.
Yeah,
All right, but look at
yes, yes, exactly.
look at our school systems as well. Many young people right now, they're in school from secondary schools to the university right now. Do you think that our schools and universities are doing enough to prepare young people for the digital economy?
Okay, for that, our schools and university are actually really making efforts, but there's still a lot of work to do.
Okay.
There's still a lot of work to do. Many educational systems were actually designed for 5 years, 10 years ago, and they are still in existence. And then they really need to be changed. And that is why the lack of educational system in Nigeria, the lack of structure, what has actually been put in place. So before, the digital economy is not really important. It's not really important then, but now
it wasn't
it's
important.
very important.
Yeah.
It wasn't important. Now, but then when actually looking at developed countries, because there was a day I was actually reading news and listening to some TV station. I heard that the president of the United States, Trump, has actually integrated artificial intelligence and some test skills into some secondary school syllabus. So all these are actually what we need. Students, they need to be exposed to coding. They need to be exposed to digital tools. They need to be exposed to computational thinking, even at their primary or secondary school level. Because all this early exposure will really help them become comfortable with technology before even entering into university.
Right.
I give myself as an example. I entered into tech after at my final year level. It wasn't easy. So there are a lot of people now of which, even though it is after their BSc, after they graduate, they want to transition, and it might not be easy. It might not be easy for them. So in Nigeria, technology education, I'll say, is improving, but in secondary schools, school students still have limited exposure to practical tech training. So, and this is one of the reasons, this is what we're actually doing at Codesphere Hub, because as part of our 2026 strategic plan at Codesphere Hub, we are launching the Codesphere Hub Secondary School Tech Empowerment Initiative.
Oh, nice.
The goal is to improve students, to introduce students to technology fields, such as data analysis, artificial intelligence, and digital innovation. Because by exposing them early to this opportunity, they can start building interest.
Awesome.
They can start, because there are some students of which they might have the mindset, they want to be a doctor, they want to be an engineering, but at the end, they won't even lead to any career field will even lead to that doctor or anything they want to do. Giving myself as an example, then saying I want to be an accountant, but currently now I work as a cloud and DevOps engineering.
Right.
So I would really advise the government to help integrate tech fields into secondary school syllabus for them to give them early exposure.
All right. Now, of course, you've talked about your transitioning as a person, but one of the things that young people also look out for is the very fact that for any industry that a person actually decides to go into, paying the bill is a very important factor. Do you think right now, in this time and era, this tech skills has what it takes to help individuals who are practicing or in that particular area pay their bills comfortably?
Yeah, so I would generally say yes. Because tech skills has actually changed my career a lot. When I was an accountant, I'm going to say my salary over here. When I was an accountant, I was being paid 120,000 a year. And looking at the economy, deducting tax, the gross amount, even though the net pay. So looking at the take home for me then was not really encouraging. So I transitioned into tech, and I would say this technology now has actually survived me. It's really survived me a lot. So technology skills can actually play an important role in that. So one of the things I would actually advise is, or I'll say another big advantage of technology pertaining to being sorting bills is that technologies now can have actually created remote work opportunities. There are a lot of remote work opportunities, and then many professionals today, some of my friends as well, they work remotely for international companies without even leaving their homes. And honestly, that is currently what I do myself, and it has really helped me grow, even with the fact that Tinubu and Mr. Oyedele, they introduced tax. It has been affecting us, but we are still currently doing it. So tech skills can actually sort out bills, but the most important thing, the rightful skills that you know, your certificates and your exposure are what is really needed. Your experience, because all these companies are not really after your traditional background, but they are after how can you solve problems for the organization. So, but here the thing, learning tech skills alone is not enough. So it's about learning the right skill, gaining practical experience, and getting certified as well.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for your time. We do appreciate you. But of course, due to our time, this is the time that we have to let you go right now. But thank you so much for joining us on the conversation this evening. We do appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Victor. Yeah.
All right. All right, let's go on a break. When we'll come back, we'll move straight to the tech tip of the day. Just stay with us.
In a world where every swipe, click, or tap is shaping our future, technology is no longer a distant dream. It is the heartbeat of Africa and the world at large. From innovations to gadgets to startups and digital lifestyles, Tech Up with Victor takes you round. A show that makes technology simple, practical, and exciting for everyone. Join us every week on Rapid TV as we break down tech trends, spotlight African innovators, and connect Africa's digital story to the global stage. Tech Up with Victor, where innovation meets you.
Welcome back. Now, if you want to start learning a tech skill today, here are 3 simple steps that you need to take. 1. Start with free learning platforms like Google, Digital Skills, or Microsoft Learn, or the most obvious, YouTube. Number 2, pick one skill at a time. It could be data analysis, UI design, coding, or digital marketing. Recall our guest said quite a few of those skills that you could just learn, and it's a lot more easier for you to do that. And then number 3, practice by building small projects. Remember, skills grow faster when you actually use them. Now, in the tech world, skills matter more than your certificates, and that's one of the things that our guests also shared on this particular program. Now, let's move straight to the how-to segment and how you can start learning a tech skill today. And here's a simple plan to get started immediately. 1. Choose a skill. Now, for beginners, try basic coding, data analysis, or graphic design, or any skill that comes to mind. Then, use online resources like the YouTube tutorials, free courses, and platforms like Google Digital Skills, Microsoft Learn, and Coursera. These are great places for you to start. I mean, it's almost totally free on this platform. Then practice every single day. I mean, 30 minutes daily can make a big difference. Learn to build mini projects like a small website, a data chart, or a digital poster. Just practice whatever you are learning. And whilst you do that, join a community, a tech community. Platforms like, online platforms basically, can help you learn faster and meet mentors. And then finally, share your work. Share your project online or in your network, and this helps to build your portfolio for future job opportunities. Trust me, anyone who actually wants to hire you wants to see the things that you have done in the past. And so building your portfolio is very important, and one way for you to do that is for you to constantly show your work. With that being said, do remember that technology is moving fast, and the workforce of tomorrow will belong to people who are ready to learn, ready to adapt, and innovate. And the good news is that anyone can start learning tech skills today, no matter their background. Once again, a big thank you to Ibrahim Oladosu, the CEO of Codesphere Hub, for joining us on Tech Hub today. And of course, be reminded that your future is digital. And so, start building your skills today. Until next time, stay techy. My name is Victor Arke.